I have been putting off this video for a while, not only because I've been really busy, but also because it's a little bit outside of my comfort zone. I mean, I'm an activewear designer, so when someone asked me about creating mohair in Illustrator, I was kind of like, hamana. But I did some research, I did some digging, and this is actually one of the simplest tutorials I've done in a really long time. So if you are interested in a method to create a mohair texture for a flat sketch in Illustrator, keep watching.
As you may know, mohair is made from Angora goats. Their hair is very shaggy, so even after the mohair is cleaned, carded, and made into yarn, it still has a bit of a furry, curly, and irregular texture to it. So to reflect that in a pattern swatch, I literally made an irregular texture using my pencil tool. Seriously, I just started drawing. And then, after getting a nice texture clump, I went into the pattern editing mode. The pattern tile will look larger than necessary, and there will be large empty spots on your pattern. So to make some of those areas smaller, use the pattern tile tool to make the pattern tile smaller and pull the edges closer to the clump. Once you've done this, you'll still have some empty areas, but all I did was start drawing again to close up those open spaces. And the great thing about doing this in the pattern editing mode is that it automatically puts the mohair into a repeating pattern swatch as you create it. So once you're done drawing the hair, when you exit this mode, your mohair swatch is created and ready to use. So let's go ahead and use it on one of my sketches. I'm just going to make a box with the mohair swatch in it and copy it and paste it into my document with my sweater sketch. That way it'll automatically appear in my swatches panel. The first thing I'll do is fill the body with the solid color of the sweater. Then I'm going to copy and paste in front a copy of each of the shapes so I can layer the mohair texture on top of the solid color. And I actually prefer the way it looks when the mohair hairs are a tone of the color, so I'm going to change the color of the mohair swatch to a lighter shade of the pink. Normally, I'd use a shade of gray and use the multiply blending mode, but I didn't like how that was looking. Now once I have the shapes overlaid, I'm going to remove the stroke color from the shapes with the mohair texture. And then select the shapes with the solid and mohair fills and go to Effect, Distort and Transform, Roughen. Once the Roughen Effects box appears, change the options to Absolute with a low number for the size, mine is under 0.1 inch, and Low Detail, mine is at 10 per inch. I also usually change the points to smooth instead of a corner so the edges feel softer. And what this will do is make the edges of your sketch a little irregular, which adds to the irregularity of the mohair texture. The last thing I'll do is to bring any trims, like the rib cuffs, to the front so it covers up any places where the edges shouldn't look uneven or irregular. And if you don't have a cuff or band to cover that up, you can also expand the effect. So for instance, I want the neckline on my sketch to appear as a smooth line. So I'll expand the effect, delete the neckline on the solid object, and then redraw it. And because I knew I'd have to do this, I actually already copied the neckline. So I can just drag it to where it needs to be and join it to the rest of the object.
So this becomes a combination of the pattern swatch and the roughen effect that you add to your sketch. And between the two, it'll give you the textured look of the mohair. Thanks for watching today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it if you found it helpful. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.